Taishan and Meilai. The National Zoo of Washington, D.C. had held a farewell party for Taishan on the 30th of January. It was a Saturday, and it was snowy again. Also snowy day. I don't know why. I mean, we have seen so much snow during the past year, as well as this year. Hundreds of thousands of people went to the National Zoo, despite the heavy snow, to say goodbye. And an American young man knelt down before Taishan to asking for asking his girlfriend to agree to marry him. So I think that the Taishan and Meilai, they are not only the crystallization of the cooperation between our two countries on giant panda preservation, but also have become a very special bondage between our two countries, and also a symbol of friendship between our two sides. I think on the long run, it's this people-to-people exchanges, people-to-people friendship that really will determine the future of Sino-US relations. We are very glad to see that the U.S. Government have come up with a very ambitious plan, that is to increase your number of students studying in China in 4 years' time, to increase the number to 100,000, increasing by 25,000 every year. I think this is really a very good plan with foresight. And I hope that the Emory University will also play a leading role in that regard. So I will just stop here, and I'm looking forward to Q&A exchanges with you. Thank you.
We have, I think, about 15 minutes for questions. I want to, this is the roving mic, which I will turn back over to Evan. If you could raise your hand, and when I call on you, if you could say your name. And also, this is, if the mic is working fine, but speak clearly so we can all hear the question. And since time is limited, please make a short, quick question so we can have a lot of discussion here. Thank you. Yes.
Good afternoon, Deputy Chief Xie. My name is Zhang Xi, and I'm a senior here at the college. As a college student, the internet is a very important resource for me, and I recently learned that China has blocked websites such as CNN and Facebook and Google. And I was just wondering, what is your opinion on this kind of censorship and censorship in general by the Chinese government?
I think this website, free access.
Can you hear in the back row? Is the mic on? You can't hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Has also become a controversial issue on the media. Well, as a government official, I can say that the Chinese government, supports the development of internet. In China, though we are still a developing country, we are now having 330 million netizens. I think that is even larger than the U.S. whole population. So this, I mean, is an example to show that the government policy as well as the Chinese people's free access, to internet. This is one. Secondly, I think it's also, I will not, deny the fact that China and the rest of the world, have different national circumstances, and the internet. You also have to, manage that in a way that conforms with your culture, history, and above all with your legal system. So in that way, I think there may be some slight differences, between China and the rest of the world, and the United States. So thirdly, I would say that the Chinese government encourages foreign companies, including the Google and other big conglomerates, to continue operating in China, but of course, within the realm of Chinese, Chinese stipulation and system of law.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Hao Qian. Actually, I drove an hour and a half from Athens. I'm from University of Georgia. Thank you for coming. I promise, usually Georgia is a lot warmer than this. My question is, the relationship between China and U.S. Are largely depend on different levels. Education is definitely one of them. And upon graduation, lots of the graduates are expecting going back to China to develop, to have their career. But with the real estate industry in Beijing and Shanghai going ridiculous or even crazy, what's the Chinese policy, or what's the policy from Chinese government to stabilize the real estate industry, or help the students or newly scholars to have a home in those big cities and begin their career? Thank you.
Well, I've also been impressed by the skyrocketing of real estate price in China, especially in those big cities. My wife bought an apartment in 2004. At that time, the per square meter price is 9,000 RMB. And the week before last, I went back to Beijing to attend a conference, and I found that the real estate agents have similar apartments on their advertisement. The price has tripled. So on one hand, I'm very glad. My wife made a good investment. But on the other hand, you cannot expect all Chinese to buy apartments with that high price. I think the government is now come to realize the necessity of government taking measures to deal with this. But on the other hand, the government is still keeping a sober mind. That is, now we are now doing the sort of planned, market economy, socialist market economy,